deems it not fit enough to continue to have severe thunderstorm effects. So let's take a look right now to see if there is any hail. It's a tiny itty bitty hail signature right here just to the north of Forsyth right here, almost invisible. So I do believe that they are classifying this as severe according to the winds. Let's see if we can pull up the velocity on this right here. Kind of a patchy spot on our radar, but some of these lighter colors are indicative of some faster winds right there. I believe I got to take off the box right there. See if we can get an estimate, about 25-mile-an-hour winds. So I imagine it's probably a little gustier than that right now, but this is the lone severe thunderstorm warning we do have in central Georgia right now. But as you can see, stuff popping up all over the place. There's more thunderstorms over in Upson County around Thomaston. Warner Robins getting a stray thunderstorm popping up right there. Taylor County, Macon County had a couple storms earlier. Down in the south part of our viewing area, some stuff popping up, falling apart pretty quickly, and then over to the east and northeast of our viewing area, Washington County, Johnson County getting some showers as well. So let's take a wide zoom out right here of all of Georgia, and you can see this is what is happening all over Georgia today. I think we are the only warning in Georgia right now, but as you can see, more stuff over in South Carolina prompting some warnings. This is all due to a stationary boundary that we have draped across central Georgia right now, or across the state of Georgia rather, and that is allowing for sufficient lift and instability with all the heat that we've been having. But this is kind of what you like to see. You like to see short-lived thunderstorms that do come and will be cooling us off a lot right now because the heat has been major and we are trying to get some relief from that right now. So here's the one severe thunderstorm warning. You can see very, very teeny tiny compared to what we have been keeping track of over the past couple of weeks. I guess it's been probably about a week and a half ago that we did have those mesoscale convective systems, the MCSs that we were talking about, that just came wave after wave after wave of lots of thunderstorms coming into central Georgia. But right now we're talking about these being very short-lived. I'll be surprised even if this stays on until 5:30. It does look like it is showing signs of weakening, but still nonetheless we're talking about areas within this polygon. We got Jackson up in Butts County, High Falls area, around Forsyth, northern part of Monroe County, really, just to the west of Berner, and then also getting on into the Barnesville area in Lamar County as well. But still, everyone's seeing some thunderstorm effects. We're seeing not too much lightning, but still enough lightning to where you won't want to be inside. As always, when thunder roars, go indoors. Probably seeing some heavy rainfall and some gusty winds, kind of making for a little bit of that sideways rain. But not seeing too many severe parameters on this right now. We'll take a look at the hail once again. You can see that one little spotty hail signature right there, and that hail is going to be, up there it goes, moving across I-75 now. Okay, so we're talking about almost half an inch in diameter hail, so we're getting on up to about the marble size right there, but nothing too large associated with this, not necessarily the 1 inch threshold that we need for the severe thunderstorm. But I imagine this getting classified as severe due to the winds with this. And once again, when we take a look at this on the velocity right here, kind of hard to see. It's a very patchy area, but some of these lighter colors are going to be more so of the stronger winds that are available. So let's see. We can take it over here to the Jeffersonville radar now. Try to see. It's hard because this is kind of in an in-between area between the two radars that we have in Peachtree City and Jeffersonville. So this is a little bit far away, kind of hard to pick apart some of those lighter and darker colors. And as you can see, I'm not sure if I can really even click it with the Jeffersonville radar, but yeah, right here, very patchy area. So we're not seeing too many very fast wind gusts, but winds can be up to about 60 miles an hour associated with this severe thunderstorm. So I'm going to see if I can pull up the National Weather Service chat, see what they're saying about this. So This looks to be the pattern for today. This evening, the closer we get to sunset, the less daytime heating and instability there will be in the atmosphere for these to continue to pop up. So we're talking about showers rolling through into the evening, kind of just pop up out of nowhere like they are right now. But this is what you like to see in terms of getting some relief from that heat, because we don't like to get all of the severe thunderstorms all the time. That can pack quite a punch and cause some damage to any outdoor structures, furniture, interrupt any outdoor plans that you may have. But this is kind of the best case scenario right here, just a short rain shower, hopefully going over you, and hopefully lasting long enough to at least give you some cooler air, as opposed to what we have been over the past couple of days. I know we got up above 100 degrees for the third day in a row today, and we're hoping to get rid of that as we move into the week and we have something tropical coming. So lots of rain over the next couple of days. We've been very dry for the past week, and this is kind of the start of all of the rain that we're going to be seeing over the next week. So we're continuing to keep you updated on that tropical system and everything else. But for right now, we do have this severe thunderstorm warning that is the start of all this, as I've mentioned. So National Weather Service did indicate 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, and hail was once about 3/4 of an inch in diameter. It's since gone down in size, as we just saw from that parameter, the hail palette right here. And as you can see, that's still right there by I-75. It'll probably move around a little bit. So I imagine this warning might even expire before 5:30, or they'll just let it run until 5:30 just to cover their bases with it. But this seems to be moving somewhat north and westward, honestly. It is very, very hard to pick up on the track of this. As you can see, it just kind of popped up out of nowhere, but it seems to be moving north as you kind of follow the rain right there on the radar. And then you can see some lightning strikes to the south of it around Forsyth even, where there isn't any rain on the radar right now. So that's the biggest concern right now, I think. Obviously, you have some of the gusty winds. But remember, lightning doesn't have to be in the area of where all the rain is. It doesn't have to be in this yellow polygon. You can see lightning strikes to the south of all this. So if you do see lightning or you hear thunder, that means you are close enough to be struck by lightning. So you need to go inside and just take cover and take cover while the storm does pass through, because lightning is something that can cause damage, injuries, and death, and we do not want that anywhere. All right, so let's take a look at some comments. Any tornado? No tornado associated with this. We will not be seeing any tornadoes today. Let's see. Any rain for Fort Valley today? This is going to be very hit or miss stuff today. So, like I said, we have the stationary boundary with all that is providing sufficient lift, but you can see everything kind of just popping up very sporadically all over central Georgia. I mean, you can see lots of teeny tiny showers and then a couple of thunderstorms like we're seeing up here in Monroe County right now. But this is going to be kind of the story for this afternoon into the evening, and once we get into the evening, you will be seeing mainly just showers, maybe even a couple flashes of lightning, but it's looking like this is going to be all over central Georgia today, very hit or miss, as I mentioned. So like we see down in Warner Robins or Bon Air right now. So Warner Robins, probably not seeing any rain or anything associated with this, but Bon Air, just right there next to it, getting a shower or a brief thunderstorm right there down to the south and east of Warner Robins. So that's kind of what we're talking about. Just very hit or miss, pop up out of nowhere kind of thunderstorms and showers today. But once we go into the evening, we will still have some showers as we do kind of wind down on the Sunday evening, get ready for the work week ahead. But once we get closer to the midnight hour, things will start to be clearing up and we won't be seeing as much rain or any showers. So let's see. Yeah, Bonaire had nothing on the radar, one clap of thunder, and the bottom fell out. Yep, that goes to show you how just pop-up these are. They are very hit or miss, and they come out of nowhere. That's kind of the summertime pattern that we have been seeing with all of these very, very hot temperatures, providing plenty of fuel for these thunderstorms to pop up out of nowhere virtually. So let's go back to our warning up here in Monroe County, as it does kind of look to move out of our viewing area, maybe over towards the west, crossing into Lamar, or going northward into Butts County. But pretty widespread rain, and seeing a couple more lightning strikes now associated with this thunderstorm cell. I haven't seen anything new on the National Weather Service chat from this severe thunderstorm warning right here. Let's see what direction they had it moving. Say it is nearly stationary, so really not moving that much, and we can see that on the radar right now as well. Kind of just staying put there in northern Monroe County, over into Lamar County, creeping into South Butts County right there. It looks to be just kind of staying there and hanging out for a little bit. So folks in northern Monroe County around High Falls and Forsyth, getting some well-needed rain, hopefully, to cool you down and cool those temperatures down after the massive heat spell we've seen over the course of the past couple of days. Let's actually take a look at the current temperatures right now, see kind of what areas have been seeing the rain and the relief on the temperature front. So you can see Sandersville, an area that's very cool now. Well, I say very cool, but 76 for a summertime day at 5 o'clock is not bad by any means. So Thomaston as well, Forsyth down to 81 right there. Other areas that haven't seen the rain, like I said, Warner Robins, Macon, we're at the mid-90s right now. So I guess it's a little better than what we have been seeing, but I know we did get up to, I think I saw 101 at the Middle Georgia Regional Airport this afternoon. So Vidalia, 97, woo, really cooking down there. Some areas, Americus, a little bit cooler. Yeah, so that rain really providing some temperature relief and some relief from the heat that has been very, very hot as of recently. So you're going to hope and keep your fingers crossed that you can get one of these pop-up thunderstorms today to kind of cool you down and provide for some relief. And you know, who knows, and maybe even get it going out of the way in the next hour or so, and cranking up the grill and having a nice little Sunday night cookout. So once again, for all of central Georgia, this is kind of the stuff where we're going to be seeing pop up out of nowhere, showers and thunderstorms, very, very localized in nature. As I mentioned, you could be seeing rain, and then the town next to you will see nothing but sunny skies. So that's the story for today, and we will continue to monitor this as these warnings, or we do have this warning right now, but I think we are still the only warning in Georgia right now currently. South Carolina has one around Columbia, but widespread effects. You can see everyone in the southeast really hot, and this boundary draping across the southeast, providing enough lift for thunderstorms to sprout like this one. So thunder in Perry, just heard a rumble of thunder in Byron. Yes, as you can definitely see, a lot of lightning strikes all over central Georgia. It doesn't even have to be where the thunderstorm is currently. So if you do hear any thunder, go ahead and go indoors. Just put a halt to whatever outdoor plans you have right now, and just wait for these thunderstorms to pass through. So there's another 27 minutes on this warning. I'm not seeing anything in the National Weather Service chat about an extension or when this will expire, but I imagine, just looking at the parameters here, that this will probably either get extended northward or westward, or even just expire completely, because this looks to be just kind of a typical summertime thunderstorm right here. Doesn't look to be anything too severe, but the National Weather Service has classified it as severe, so this is still our main area of focus right now, and can produce some gusty winds, I imagine, heavy downpours. Actually, that reminds me, let's take a look at the hail once again. So some spotty hail signatures around High Falls, moving into the northern part of Monroe County, just across into Butts County as well. We're talking about Cork, just northwest of Burner, around Box, Ankle. Some interesting town names that when you kind of zoom in on these small towns right here, but moving towards the High Falls area, getting some rain and some gusty winds. Let's see if we can pick up anything right here. So there we go. We're getting some of these lighter colors right here as we hit a better area of resolution right here on our radar. Take that warning box off, and 43-mile-an-hour winds. So once again, for a severe thunderstorm warning to get issued, you have to have 58-mile-an-hour winds or greater, and or also you have to have hail that is 1 inch in diameter or greater. So we are seeing neither of these currently, so that makes me think that this warning will expire, or they will take this warning away before right now. But it's still a little bit of a patchy area, as you can see, not completely, all these pixels not really bundled up together, but still nonetheless some pretty gusty winds associated with this severe thunderstorm. I mean, we're talking about getting up to about 50-mile-an-hour winds, so that is about tropical storm force winds right there, and we are going to be no stranger to those later on this week. All right, so another 25 minutes on this warning. I will be keeping you updated as I see anything come out in this National Weather Service chat. Still nothing new. Quite busy with providing tropical updates and whatnot for later on this week. We are looking to hopefully have a 6 p.m. show. I'm not sure what CBS is going to do with their coverage of this golf tournament on in Atlanta currently, but the leaders only look to be through about 7 holes right now as we're inching closer to the 6 o'clock show. So we're still planning on having one right now until we get official word, but nonetheless, I will be doing a tropics update that I will be recording whenever some of these severe thunderstorms go away and all the warnings do go away, and I will be recording an update about just what we think about this tropical system that's going to come midweek and provide some pretty hefty rain for our area, but we're hoping that it does, the centermost point of the storm does pass us to the east, as the northeast quadrant of these tropical systems and hurricanes are considered the dirty side and can be the most intense. But before we make it there, we still have to get through the next couple of days, and we're looking at widespread rain, showers, and thunderstorms over the next day or two before that tropical system makes its way up into the southeast. So getting some temperature relief finally, which is really the huge thing because it has just been blistering hot. I think we broke a record yesterday. We hit 104, I want to say, in Macon. So yeah, we were looking to get on up to those temperatures today, but thankfully these afternoon and evening storms really putting a halt to that and cooling us down so we don't have to experience yet another third day in a row of just blistering heat. So sun is back out in Byron. Now comes the stickiness. Yes, so that is the downside right now. Once these storms do pass, it's going to be very humid outside just from all the rain that you just had. So yeah, just not really a fun Sunday evening. If I had to put the grill cast out there, I'd probably put some yellow spatulas out there just from you could see some rain tonight that could interrupt grilling, but also you could it could just be very humid out and just sticky and downright miserable that you don't want to be outside for a little bit of time cooking some burgers or anything. So we are seeing a lot of disorganization from some of these storms. You can see this one over in Washington County falling apart, Johnson County kind of falling apart, Thomaston's falling apart over there, but this one's still kicking as it continues to move through northern Monroe County as it gets into Butts County, just south of Jackson now, and looks like High Falls getting a lot of rain right there. There's the hail signature. Hail seems to be a little larger now. Let's see, a little bit bigger than 1/2 inch in diameter now. So we're talking about penny-sized stuff that could be falling associated with this, but that's moving into the Butts County area just south of Flowvilla, and Jackson just west of Cork, and then High Falls, another hail signature right here that is a little bit smaller but roughly the same size right there. So if you were doing some hiking at the state park today, probably getting a quick and abrupt end to that right now as this thunderstorm does roll through the very, very northwest corner of Forsyth County. So, are your sleeves rolled up? My sleeves are rolled up because this is still a severe thunderstorm. I know I have said that some of the parameters don't look to be as strong anymore, but this is still a strong thunderstorm that can blow some limbs around and outdoor furniture, stuff that you don't want to be outside for. So anytime we do have a severe thunderstorm warning, I do roll my sleeves up, whether it's something small like this or it's widespread outbreaks with tornadoes possible, because they both do still can pose damage to your, or pose threats for damage to outdoor property or yourself if you are outside. So we don't like to take these situations lightly. That's why we do come on the live stream every time we do get a severe thunderstorm warning for any of our counties in our viewing area. Some comments about what's going to happen to me for the rest of the day. As I've mentioned, the stationary boundary allowing for sufficient lift and instability in our atmosphere this afternoon. We're going to be looking at very small and some getting a little more organized, like this storm moving through northern Monroe County right now. But all this stuff that you see on the radar, this could be possible anywhere in central Georgia this afternoon. You're less likely to see it if you've already seen the rain, but still you can't rule it out. Just pop-up showers and storms all over central Georgia this afternoon. It's really hit or miss about what areas will get it. A lot of areas will see a short rain shower, and then other areas could just be sunny the whole time and they could miss the rain and be very upset that they didn't get the cool off that some of these areas like Forsyth and High Falls are getting right now. But this will be possible throughout the rest of the evening and into tonight as the sun does set. That daytime heating and instability will kind of go away, so we'll look to clear on out as we get into the overnight hours. But before midnight, there's still a pretty good chance of pop-up showers and storms like we're seeing right now. And you can see how very sporadic these are kind of are popping up, like right here just to the west of Gray, southwest of Round Oak and Jones County, popping up out of nowhere. This storm still kicking as it rolls through into Butts County, it seems to be finally. Hail signature still with that one, even a little hail signature to the west of Gray with that teeny tiny thunderstorm cell. So these storms still packing a punch as severe thunderstorms do in the summertime. So we're going to keep our eye on this until the National Weather Service says anything about this expiring or about this warning getting extended. I imagine that this will probably expire at 5:30, but very slow moving. They say when they issued the statement about it, they said this was almost stationary, really just kind of hanging around there in northern Monroe County, stretching over into Lamar and Butts counties as well, but just not really moving as fast as we normally do see some of our summertime thunderstorms move. Just really pop up, kind of stay, hang out for a little bit, and then once it's used up all that humidity and heat, bye-bye. And as a result, you will have cooler temperatures, hopefully up in northern Monroe County. So the outflow that hit Bon Air is pretty strong. So yeah, you can see that outflow boundary probably moving through here in Macon right now. Actually, let's pull up the Macon Skycam, see if see any of these winds shaking the camera. There's kind of a view of I believe this might be the Jones County storm right here that we were just talking about. Let me pull up the radar a little bit. Yeah, a storm in Jones County seems to be popping up on our Skycam right now that we have a view of from the Macon Skycam. But you can see it's pretty heavy downpours with this. Oh, there's a lightning strike, I think, unless I was just seeing things. Pretty sure I saw a flash of lightning right there. But yeah, I think it was, or maybe it was the cell tower. Oh well, but there is some lightning signatures popping up on the radar, so I imagine that is probably what it is. Not seeing too much of the gusty winds. Maybe we just missed it, but that gust front I will zoom in on so you guys can get a better view of that. If you've been watching some of the severe weather coverage all summer, you probably know what I'm talking about. This little line of green that keeps moving, so you can see it kind of move from east to west, stretching all the way across about a bunch of our counties right now. That's kind of the leading edge of a line of thunderstorms coming through, but also we do call them outflow boundaries, which is just kind of a push of air away from a large system of thunderstorms as well. But those gust fronts and outflow boundaries, they can really pack a punch with some of the winds. They can get really gusty for a little bit, but thankfully there's no rain really paired with it to make for anything very severe with this as it moves through. So it's really just your kind of first indication that, hey, we might have some thunderstorms coming into the area fairly soon. See lightning kind of getting a little bit more organized as it moves into Butts County now from the High Falls area, northern Monroe County. Those lightning signatures coupling together, getting a little bit more organized, and I imagine the hail is probably pretty widespread on the Monroe Butts County line right there, and I think it is probably about half an inch in diameter still. So nothing severe level hail. Once we get up to about an inch in diameter, that's when we get what's classified as severe level hail, as which is also about. Got another update for special weather statement. Nowhere in our viewing area though, but once you get about to an inch in diameter, that's when you're talking about, I believe, quarter-sized hail. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm looking at all these updates the National Weather Service is throwing out, but as I said, special weather statement, but for Union, Lumpkin, and White counties in Georgia. So nothing more on this severe thunderstorm warning we have up in Monroe, Butts, and Lamar right now. Very hit or miss stuff all over Georgia, into Alabama, South Carolina even as well. It looks to be a lot more organized over there up to our northeast in South Carolina. North Georgia getting a good amount of rain as well around Toccoa, Dahlonega. I know the Tour Championship in Atlanta, which is on CBS right now, they got a little bit of rain. Play got suspended for a little bit this afternoon, but they seem to just kind of have had a shower like we have right now in central Georgia. That kind of pops up and then it's very short-lived, but while it is there, it can prompt a delay like we did see for the Tour Championship today. So just really seeing darker colors right here. You can see kind of the darker red in the signature on the radar. It's probably a little bit easier to see when I take the lightning off right there. So the darker red, lots of heavier rain, more concentrated rain. You're talking about some pretty heavy downpours around the High Falls area, moving into Butts County as well. So. And just got a word from the National Weather Center that they have continued this severe thunderstorm warning. They still are indicating 60-mile-an-hour winds, so while our radar is having a hard time picking it up on the velocity palette, National Weather Service is having a better job with that. So located over High Falls State Park, 9 miles north of Forsyth, obviously, as you see right here in this box. And nearly stationary is what they're still indicating, really just hanging around right there. But I can see it moving a little bit north as it's kind of moving away from Forsyth right now where it did start originally. Still indicating about 3/4 of an inch in diameter hail, and we can see that on our hail palette right here, that little centermost area of orange right there. about ½ inch is what we have. National Weather Service seems to think it's a little bit larger, but still below that 1 inch threshold of severe level hail. So this will be going until 5:30, and we're going to see if they expire it or issue a new one. But once it does, a new one does get issued, I imagine the box will probably go a little bit further northward and won't be within our viewing area anymore. But we're still going to ride this out until this box goes away, and just kind of monitor this thunderstorm as it's moving through the northern portion of our viewing area here in central Georgia. Let's see. I don't see any rain in Macon. There's nothing in Macon right now. We did probably just have that outflow boundary go through Macon right there, as you can kind of see that line of green I was just talking about. So it's not going to hit Lawrence County. Everything is going west. No, this is you still could see some possible showers and thunderstorms in Lawrence County later on today. As I mentioned, this is all popping up kind of very sporadically, very spontaneously, and really just hard to predict. It's just areas of lots of moisture and heat combined with the lift from this boundary that we're getting, just popping these itty-bitty kind of specks on the radar of just a shower or a storm. So that is possible all over central Georgia this evening. Once we get into the evening, we lose that daytime heating, a little bit of that instability in the atmosphere as we move into around 7, 8 o'clock when the sun gets ready to set. That's when the rain chances will start to die down, and the severe potential with these thunderstorms also will begin to kind of dissipate as well. This one little cell getting kind of popping up in Jones County, though. Let's take a look at it on our sky cam. You can see camera might be shaking a little bit. That might be our little outflow boundary, as I was mentioning. But some dark clouds out over as we look up to Jones County. Yeah, you can see the camera shaking. I believe, at least I'm seeing it on my screen right here. But so Macon might be getting some rain pretty shortly, depending on where this thunderstorm decides to continue to pop up. But lots of them are very stationary, not really moving in a specific direction. They seem to be trending a little bit north westward, but that's about it right there. So wouldn't be surprised if maybe something happened with these storms in Jones County. Maybe special weather statement might get issued for them, but yeah, we're still looking at this one right here, the warning that we do have until 5:30, Butts, Lamar, Monroe counties. I imagine this warning will probably get continued if the National Weather Service is still indicating the hail that's about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, and then you get into about 60-mile-an-hour winds. So the gusty winds with this one, really the concern I think the National Weather Service is wanting to point out as you see this move kind of in the center part of this yellow polygon that they have issued for it. I hear thunder in North Macon. I don't see anything either. Nope, don't see anything in terms of rain right now in Macon, as you can see on the radar. But if you can hear thunder, that means you're close enough to be struck by lightning. So that means you need to get inside if you are anywhere outside in Macon right now. Thunder in Culloden, but nothing in Warner Robins, just a few rumbles of thunder. Bon Air did have that one little storm earlier, and it looks like it has kind of formed more of a line that stretches all the way down to Kathleen, kind of a line of rain from Robins Air Force Base all the way down to Kathleen, just down 247 there in Houston County. So pretty widespread stuff there, but the centermost part of Warner Robins, Centerville, Galleria Mall area, not even seeing any rain. So that's what I mean by hit or miss stuff that we're going to be seeing today. Warner Robins seems to be clear, but then shortly over on the other side of town, you're seeing some rain and hearing some rumbles of thunder and seeing a lightning strike or two right there on the east side of northeast corner of Houston County. Let's see if I can pull maybe some winds up. Seeing some lighter colors still, so remember to take the warning box off. And 38, so we're seeing probably about 40-mile-an-hour gusts right here. 36. So the more light green that these colors do get, that's the stronger winds that we do have with this. 65 right there. That could be a little issue with the radar. Some of these boxes aren't necessarily completely accurate all the time, but I imagine that could be kind of the leading edge, maybe a gusty wind or two, but we're seeing about 40-mile-an-hour winds still on our radar. National Weather Service, it seems to continue to pick up 60-mile-an-hour winds, so I imagine another warning box will be issued pretty soon for this, or they will send notification of this warning expiring at 5:30. So let's see. It's raining good in Bonaire right now, so hopefully that is all it is. It's just some rain, and it will be cooling y'all off the longer it does rain. So congratulations, Bonaire. You have avoided 2 more hours of miserable heat, hopefully. Yeah, but like I said, this is the stuff that you do like to see. Obviously, you never want to see severe thunderstorm warnings issued, but this doesn't look to be as bad as it has been over the course of weeks prior, and this rain really providing for relief all over central Georgia, as we have been in this hot spell the past couple of days, exceeding triple digits on actual temperatures. Thankfully, our dew points haven't been as miserably high as we have been seeing them a lot over the summer. Dew points have been up to even about 80 degrees, and yeah, that has been downright miserable, making it feel like I think the highest heat index I've seen was actually here in Forsyth, about 118 already this summer. So So 4 more minutes on this warning. Very interested to see what they are going to be doing with it. Kind of surprised they aren't talking about it more on here. They have continued the warning until this 5:30 ending time, but normally they'll send you a little bit notification of expiration with it as well. But I imagine this is probably going to go off in the next 4 minutes, and then they will issue another box probably further to the north in Butts County around the Jackson area. So more of a localized view on here, moving closer and closer to Jackson, Flowvilla, Cork getting some rain, Blount in northern Monroe County right there, Highway 42, High Falls still seeing some rain. This seems to be northwest of Berner, but lightning strike still there in Berner. This moving north away from Box Ankle and Goggins over in Lamar County as well, seeing a little bit of rain. Forsyth not really seeing anything anymore. There's these 2 thunderstorm cells popping up, and looks to be southern Jasper County and western Jones County. The outflow boundary will probably push those over towards the west, as you can see the east to west motion on that skinny line of green moving through gray over on the right side of the screen. Seeing lots of lightning strikes that are not anywhere close to where the rain is falling on the radar. So as I've mentioned, please, if you do hear thunder, go indoors. If you see lightning off in the distance, that is a good indication you should go indoors as well. But today, perfect example that lightning can strike where the rain is not. So lightning does not obey boundaries or have to stay within the darkest portion of the cloud where the most rain is. So you will want to, if you are in any of these areas that are around some of these thunderstorms or see a lot of these lightning flashes, go inside and be safe, as lightning can do some damage, as we all know. So 2 more minutes on the severe thunderstorm warning. I imagine box will fall off. I really wish the National Weather Service would give me another little update on it, but probably just riding it out until the 5:30 ending time of it. And let's check on the golf tournament. Looks like Victor Hovland is through 8 holes now, holding a 5-stroke lead, so looking like he will run away with it. It won't be a playoff, but the rain delay really pushing this back a little, so I imagine something's going to happen with our 6 o'clock show, or they could switch the channel that it's on, but I don't know if they're going to do that, considering this is the Tour Championship, a pretty big tournament, so CBS will probably continue their coverage of it, and if it keeps going late, then we might have a very late 11 o'clock show tonight. So one more minute on this, waiting to see what are we gonna have tropical storms in the next days? Yes, we are looking at a tropical system moving in. I'm going to record an update on that in a little bit, and I will post that online to keep you guys updated, and also I will be touching on it on our if we do have a 6 o'clock show and an 11 o'clock show, but we're looking at widespread rain basically all week. We could be in the threat of some flooding, but it does not look like we will get the most intense part of it according to current models. But I'll get more into depth on that in my little breakout that I will record. As you see, that warning has gone away. National Weather Service not saying anything else, so I will go ahead and pop off the stream for now and continue to get ready in case we do have a 6 o'clock show. But stay updated with all of the weather today over the next couple of days. Me on Facebook, Twitter, us here at 13. We will continue monitoring these thunderstorms and through the evening. But I thank you all for tuning in. Always stay safe, Central Georgia. Stay weather aware, and we will pop back on if we have another warning come